Yes? Okay, cool. Well, I think let's start. Let's start. Hey everyone, with you, Elena Litvinova, and today I have a really special guest. This woman, I worked with her in my past. It was company Architect 3D, which make 3D scanners. And now this woman live in at Luxembourg, and she has a really brilliant career. We have not met each other for a really long time, and she's Google expert developer. She's web developer. She teach people in her school SkillUp. She also has an own company, and she works at Avaloq as business and technical consultant. And also, this woman taught me a lot of different things as be a really strong woman, and for a lot of past experience I really grateful to her. And please welcome Vasilika Klimova. Hi Vasilika, thank you so much that you agree on this interview and in English language. Yes, and my first question to you, could you introduce yourself? And yeah, I know that I spoke a lot, but could you do that? How you feel, and where you're from originally, and where you live now, and yeah, just introduce.
Yes, so first of all, thank you, Lena, that you invited me here. I'm so glad to see you again.
Yes, we
And
didn't see each other.
yes,
Yeah.
and so I'm from Russia, from Central Russia, the city called Tver, and almost 6 years I live in Luxembourg. So I actually getting citizenship already here. And regarding introducing myself, so I'm about 13 years of experience of web development. Firstly, like full stack developer with PHP and JavaScript, and last years mostly focused on front end. At Architect 3D, we worked also with 3D tasks, and it was 3JS library. I really liked it a lot. And for now, I work in fintech area, and it's mostly front end there.
With which technologies do you work, and what you do as in fintech? Yes.
Yeah, for now it's Angular. So at
Wow.
Architect 3D it was almost, I think, 3 years of React, 4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, and because before you came, we didn't have React at all. So here it's Angular. Actually, when I came to the company, it was Angular JS, so first version of Angular.
Oh.
But yes, but now we have already Angular last version. And so it's more interesting. And actually, even now we have reactive programming. So we use RxJS, and I needed to learn it. I finished like couple courses, video courses about it, because syntax is so it's not typical at all.
Oh, wow. And what do you prefer now, Angular or React? You worked with both of it, and on which side you are now?
Actually, now I'm interviewing to different companies with different frameworks, even with Vue. So I had small experience just with Vue, but what I like more, actually, I don't have like real preferences, because when you choose a company, usually they already have some framework, and it's not like cool to rewrite everything to another one. But I'm thinking actually what to use on my website, because I want to develop the website and now it's just pure HTML and CSS and JavaScript. But I'm thinking that I need to put there my all articles because I needed it before. Not articles, but like video speaking. So one article I wrote, and I need to do something. And honestly, I think to use React.
Yeah. Okay. I see. Well, can you speak more about which is your responsibility at Avaloq, and yes, speak about it.
Yeah, so at Avaloq, we had when you're consultant. When I came, I was just consultant. I didn't get fully understanding what exactly will be the task. So I just understood that it will be between our products and clients, and it was like this. So we did customization of our products. So we have several web solutions, and some project managers, they came to the client, and then they gave us a different task what we need to do to make clients happy. And at the first time, yes, I needed to understand the syntax of AngularJS, so understand, because it was a lot of things like how to customize our product, because it's written somehow and there is rules how you need to do it, because it's not like it was at Artex 3D when you have like a repository and you can touch everything. So first of all, I started to write like small documentation because it was nothing at all at this. I also started to work with Avaloq Academy, so it's a big team to explain how to work with different products inside the company, and it was no documentation, and I asked several guys like how to change something, and then I started to change, but then I was told that, oh no, you cannot do it like this, because you need to put your code only in special folder, because otherwise it will be rewritten with new release of our product. So it was a lot of different things. You need to understand how in this team rules, and quite often you don't have some guidelines before. So it's good to write them and to help next developers to understand it better. So yeah, for now I'm working, as I said, with reactive programming in Angular. And my task usually just like we work on product for wealth clients. So wealth, it's it's not like retail banking, it's some special for investmental and etc. I'm working at this project. My task just like doing some front end and etc. But also because I'm working with different teams, at Avaloq I worked with 8 different projects before. Yes, and they had different technologies, and some of them I made from scratch with new Angular. I was not allowed to take another framework. It was different even talks about it. So we work close with management, and we work close with business analysts as well, and I'm thinking that it's quite interesting positions. So because they know what exactly should be done next with a product. That's why I'm thinking that maybe front end is not enough for me.
Yes, this is interesting. Interesting that position, it's called like business and technical consultant. I think that it's more than you just only write code. You need to communicate and understand business problems, yes?
Yeah, sometimes yes. Quite often we have managers who talks with clients, but sometimes I had experience when I needed to go to the bank directly, speak with their managers, and because banks, they use different languages, and sometimes they speak here like German or French, and I don't speak native with this. I can't support like small talks on these languages, unfortunately. But I speak English, but managers usually speak a lot of languages, so it's benefit.
This is because you live at Luxembourg, yes? How many languages you have there which people use?
It's interesting thing when we had COVID and we received different manuals about like what rules were changed. Like, are you allowed to go to somewhere in the street? So we got it at home by post, and these rules were for on 5 different languages. So we have 3 official. It's German, French, and Luxembourgish. And also in this manual it was English language and Portuguese, because we have about 16-17% officially of Portuguese people.
Yeah, but on your job you usually use English language.
Yeah, we're totally multicultural company and we use different languages, and I think it's so cool. We have different offices in the world, in different countries. I mean, it's about 20 something offices. It's in Asia, in Europe as well, and I think it's so cool because we have people from everywhere.
Do you have trips between countries from work?
Before COVID we had it was very cool actually. I was in Switzerland several times, and for now it's also a good thing that when I work with some project, there are people in the team, there are people from different countries. So from England, from not only London, I think from Edinburgh we have people.
Mm-hmm. Can you say what changed in your company after COVID? Which changes you have? Maybe you started to work remotely more, or sometimes you need to visit office. How you work now?
We worked about 2 years remotely. I know that some people they needed to go to clients, and they did it. Some people they were allowed to go to the office, but we had very strict limitations regarding rules. And for now, we have rules that we have hybrid, and we need to go to the office for several days per week. Yes, and so there are different thoughts about it.
You visit office, for example. I don't know. We, for example, in our company have need to visit office Tuesday and Wednesday a couple times per week. Other times remotely. You the same, or you just could choose be fully remotely, or it's cool to visit office?
I prefer to work remotely, so for me it's now the most important thing actually for a job. But now I'm in Luxembourg, and when we have all team buildings event, we meet with the team. The problem here that I don't have anyone in Luxembourg office from my projects. So all developers, all managers with whom I'm working, they are not from Luxembourg. They are in Switzerland, Edinburgh, and different other places.
Okay. I see. I know that you now look for another place for job. Yes? Could we speak about it?
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you looking for, and what are you interested in for now? What is important for you in your new position, new company? Maybe?
So yes, firstly, the most important thing is remote. I want to be able to travel a bit, because for now I live in Luxembourg 6 years, and so I'm able to go to another country, but then I'm not able to work there. And from there, and I want to have this freedom to work from any place in the world, because quite often when I sell front-end courses for someone, I always say you can work remotely, and actually at our Tech 3D we had this opportunity to go to exhibitions, to work from there, or so switch different countries for some time. But yes, for now I want to be fully remote, and it's the most important thing for me. And other points regarding position, it for me important that I want to be, of course, in IT, and I like, for now, I read a lot about developer relations teams and developer advocate positions. I like them a lot, but just a few of them, maybe because of crisis. I think yes, and also because I have 3 years already my own business and some projects, my own projects. I understand that I like to be between business and development, so to help business to succeed and understand problems and translate different issues to developers and into code directly, because I can write. So that's why engineer manager positions I also like a lot, because you in this position when you decide something, what could be good and how it could be done, and so I like this. And also front-end team lead, still it's also option for me.
Okay, what do you think about London?
I like London. Actually, yeah, I have just several places in the world where at which I want to return, and London one of them. I was several times there. I have like Rome and London. It's places which I really like.
Yeah, actually, we have at Love Holidays a lot of different positions, and now mostly we look software engineers, but also manager positions. And yes, we actually quite close work with business, and even if you are a software engineer, you have to understand not only, stack technologies. We use really a lot of different things. We work with React. Actually, this is React on client, React, and Node.js, Koa, and GraphQL, and etc. And also we need communicate with business as well and to understand problems. And we even sometimes have conferences which where our company had create different speeches about our problems which we resolve for now, and etc. And if you are interested, for example, but it need to exactly know around remote position, because I understood that for you it's extremely important. And yeah, I really can ask about it and introduce you if you are interested.
You work with me again?
Why not? This will be really cool.
Yeah, it was cool actually. I think we did good things at our Tech 3D.
Yes, I think so. It was really good things, and I grow also a lot. Okay, continue. What's next? What's next? I wanted to ask. Let's speak about teaching and SkillUp. Actually, I remember that. I remember how it started. Maybe I can wrong, but I believe it could start from mass coding school, and you started to be a teacher there for HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and I also remember special courses for girls. Can you speak about your experience? Because I also know that after Moss Coding School, it was a lot of different schools where you was mentoring, and now you live at Luxembourg, and you open your own school. And how I know it's offline school, or how it's better to call when people really visit you and you see all of them. Yeah, and let's speak about it. How you started being teacher and your way here. Yes.
Yes, you are totally right. It started it with Moscow Coding School at Moscow, and guys asked me to start courses, and then I asked you to continue these courses as well. Yes, and it was also Luda Mžachich, which I now know as a cool girl, also developer. So Yes, after I moved to Luxembourg, I understood that it's quite hard for me to have courses there. And at Moscow Coding School, we had like last courses. It was small courses when I came for 2 weeks to Russia, and I had like 4 days courses during weekends. Just it was so the last course. But when I came here, first year, I needed to like feel how to live in this country, understand all rules, and then I changed the job. It was a lot of different changes in my life. And when I understood that, okay, now I know how to live here, I decided that I need some new activity. So I cannot continue there. And I had actually HTML Academy mentoring online, because it's online school, as well, and knitology. Knitologia.
So, oh, wow.
Yes,
what is it?
It's like online university at Russia. And they really got this rights to give diplomas online, as I know. So they did great job with online education of IT in different specialties. I had there just several lessons of JavaScript, but it was interesting experience. A lot of students checking their homework. So they had timelines. The difference between schools was that at Moscow Coding School I needed to build everything from scratch, and it was like my program, my method. So you like 20 years of something, and you think like how you would like to teach someone of web basics, of like a small markup and etc. And in Knitology they already had the program. They need to have a teacher for the program, so it was easier. And yes, then in Luxembourg I realized that I need some activity. I want to do something more, and I understood that here just like couple schools, and they mostly French speaking, and I understand that I can speak English, and so I can speak Russian, and there is no school for Russian speaking people. And actually first course was English speaking course. It was just a few people. I think 2 of them were from Artec, actually. People from Artec 3D, because I didn't have too many like marketing content or something. Just said like, oh guys, do you know me? I can teach. So you now here in English or Russian, your choice. So it was first course, and it was good. So they were really inspired after the course. But I think they still work at Artec 3D, and I didn't continue teaching. So it was a course with 10 lessons, and I didn't continue teach because I was not. I wanted to create more juniors, like with at least basics knowledges, and then to start deeper course.
Deeper course. Okay.
Deeper course. Yeah.
I understood. Believe. Yeah, wow, this is cool. Actually, I just remember also that in Moscow when we worked at Artec, you also started to help organize Moscow Coding School and Artec space. And yeah, I also remember you was extremely active everywhere, and I believe you're still, yes. And also I know that you teach children as well. Yes, how it's to teach children, and there is different approaches between adults and with whom you prefer to work. Yeah, let's speak about it.
So actually also the first course with children was at Moscow. It was the idea of Moscow Coding School, like the same coding course for girls. It was also their idea. I just did it. But yes, then I tried. First course here was for adults, and then when COVID started, I had several parents who just asked me to make their children busy during COVID. Yes, I didn't want, because I was so relaxed. I had my own like problems in my life at the time, but I took this course online because they really asked a lot. It was couple children, girls and boys, and I did this online. It was for like first course online, and it was good. I felt that children, especially when you see their eyes, they so, this joy for children, childish joy. It's, you can describe it by words, because we are adult, we are so pragmatic, so we're not so emotional. And children, they like, wow, cool, it works so great. I can do websites. Wow, I can teach. They came into their school and then show that, oh, I can like hack the university or my school website. They change something in HTML and show like, oh, you see, they wrote this on the website. But of course, no, it's just on their laptop. So I really like, because when you share your passion and you feel that people took this passion and like become so happy about that, I really like this. That's why I think my course, my commercial course with children here was this year. It finished in June, and it was seven children. And we did 2 sleepovers during course, because they were so happy, to continue talk about different stuff, not only like play different games, but they really like to ask about future, what they can do. Sometimes children want to ask like, where can I have more money, in like development or in management? What should I do? I always say that maybe in management you have higher limits sometimes, if you're, I don't know, CTO or someone. So, but you will be better manager if you firstly have hard skills. So firstly, just learn some skill what you really like to do, and then go to the management if you want. So yeah, it was so cool, so cute and cozy course with children, because they're so real.
Yeah, emotional and not hide their emotions.
Yes.
Might be. Yeah. This is Russian children, or which language you prefer to now? I mean,
children here were Russian speaking, yeah.
Yeah, Russian speaking. I saw some pictures in your Instagram and also in Twitter about lessons, and I also remember that you have a cat, and it's also, I believe, could have some emotions. I mean, cat, children, and you really, every people looks here extremely happy with everything. This is amazing. Also about teaching. Do you teach online or offline now?
For now, it's offline. I teach only refugees for free now. So we had firstly about 70 appliers who wanted to learn. Then, as usual at any communities, any events, half of them came to the lesson. Half of them could not came or just didn't answer, so it's typical. And so I had first lesson, I think it was September maybe, and it was 40 people on the lesson. But some of them were parents to children who came. So then we had a second lesson, because I gave them some homework to do, because I'm not like teaching them, giving them all lessons. I just trying to guide them and mentor. It's more mentoring. And because I unfortunately don't have so many time that we have so many lessons, but I help them to grow in this, and it helps them with paths. Some people started write me like in private messages and to ask about some next steps, because some of them want to grow faster, and so they have different exercises at home, and they also then have their homeworks, like small projects, and I check it and give them advices.
Yeah, you now spoke about homework. For me, it's also interesting. There is differences between adults and children, and how, for example, they patient for homework, because I remember when I teach people at most coding school, sometimes you have homework, but not all people done it. Yes, and for example, there is differences between children and adults, and who is more responsible, maybe.
I think the most responsible people in this case, it's people who really want to become developers and they want to grow. Less responsible in these people who don't know what they want, so they don't want to spend too much time on homework. That's why for them it's better some, I don't know, exercises like in HTML Academy, small exercises they do, and they already learn and understand, okay, I like it or I don't like it. With children, it's interesting because they still now they get used to homework at school, so they remember how to do it. And but I needed to motivate them. And when we started to play board games after lessons, and we did first sleepover after 3 or 4 lessons, I think. And I told them that if someone want to go to sleepover at my home.
Oh wow!
Yes, you need to finish homework, and I wrote to each parent that we had to even chat with parents. That I said that check that like four people already send me their homeworks, and several no. So if they want to go to sleepover, they need to finish. And I remember these last days that some couple of them like wrote me in Discord and said how to finish. Can you help me? And I liked to help them. Call for 1 hour to explain, because each child has different minds, and that's why they don't understand different things sometimes. Sometimes got this topic but didn't understand fully this, and you help them like, oh no, you can actually add 2 classes to one element, not only one. So it's funny.
Yes, this is really cool. Thank you, Vasilika. Well, what's next? Let's speak about free lessons for Ukrainian refugees. I know that you actually organized, started to teach for free people. And could you speak about it, and also why you think that this is important? And yes, just speak about it.
So, it's a sensitive topic. I started to do it after war started. Several, I think, in a couple weeks, I understood what will happen next, and I wanted to minimize Russian people go to the war. Firstly, that's why I said, guys, if you are like military or you can be mobilized, please come to me. I will teach you for free of programming. You, after several months, if you work hard, you can get a job and relocate. And so it started with this, and I got about, I think, 200-300 people at that time in Discord, and I started to mentor them. But then, unfortunately, I had Luxembourgish exam, and I was not able to continue to have like this lessons online or something for them. And that's why I asked other developers to help me with that, at least to check homeworks, which I gave to them. And then, yes, at summer it was some period that I passed Luxembourgish exam. I did it, but then also I still I have a lot of things to do regarding changing job and etc. So I started to minimize somehow damage from this war. And then a lot of people came to me, not only like people who can be mobilized, a lot of girls, a lot of people from Belarus, from Ukraine who wanted to start IT because it's opportunity to have some money remotely.
Yes, I'm not, a long time ago, I organized a free chat for my YouTube channel, and I started to teach also. We now create the layouts, and I have several guys from Ukraine, and just only can say that they're extremely motivated, and For me, when someone of them say, "Oh, I just started to study web development in April, and now I see how they do things," and they send me examples, and oh wow, I thought that you worked here a lot of times already, and they're extremely motivated, and at the same they are really super kind and inspire. And only what I can say, I see all your behavioral, don't know how to say better this thing, and only what I can say is that you really have a large heart for everything of it, and how you put your position and try to go through all things and help people as well with teaching. This is really, really cool, and this is amazing. Yeah.
It's cool, yes, but of course it's not enough. So everything what we do, it's not enough, unfortunately, but we do what we can do.
Yes, I think this is important. Well, okay, let's continue. Let's speak about Cute Geek. This is your own company, you organize it, yes?
So officially, like by documents, it's not like a company. I call it like a company because I, as consultant, I have business licenses here at Luxembourg, in Luxembourg, to make commercial activity by my profession, and at the same time teaching. So it's two different business licenses. And this license, it's like me as a consultant. It's not like legal entity where I really hire people in my company, into my company. But I work with different other people who are as well like consultants, and we do projects together. But I find clients, I coordinate everything. So I'm actually like engineering manager in my
everything in one place.
Yes.
And which can you speak more about projects? How you find clients? This is interesting.
Oh my god, it's actually very funny. So when I started to become a speaker, a lot of people came to me like, "Can you create a website for me, like 3D or something?" And I was working as team lead in Artec 3D, and I didn't have time for this at all. I just had like lessons at Moscow Coding School. It was enough. Okay, we had also Moscow JS, but so people just came. And during COVID time, I finally found time to do something extra, what I already did. And two of my friends, they so insisted on asking me to create a website for them that I just said, okay. And it started actually during COVID. We started with two websites, and I tried to find developers who can help me with it, because I still don't code like all projects by myself, and don't do backend and frontend at the same time. I try to be more like manager. And so I found people, I asked the price, different people. Then also I try to negotiate about the price with a client. Sometimes it's my friends, sometimes it's just people which I know, sometimes it's people who told to someone else about me. So yeah, it works like this. We have budget, and then we do the project.
How many projects do you have now?
Oh my god, I dream to finish all of them. So if we talk about non-commercial projects, that I had like two websites, but for now I have one already. And if we talk about commercial projects, then it's for now 4 projects. I develop only one of them, and there is one project, it's like on pause because of client. So client wants to continue, but there are a lot of things to do as well. So yeah, so 4.
Yeah, this is cool. Oh wow, you have really a lot of activity, and that's not everything. How I know. Okay, let's continue. And again, question. If, for example, I want to order from your service and Cute Geek and I need website and etc., what I need to do? I need to write to you or how I can find you?
Yeah, usually all my contacts you can find on my website vasiliki.ru, but I promised to my husband that I'm not going to take new projects for at least several months because I need to find a job. It's the most important thing for our family now. New job, to change the job. And then maybe after some time, I need to spend some time with my husband.
Yeah, I see. Okay, but anyway, all contacts I will put in description under this video. Well, and let's speak about speeches, meetup, conferences, because I know that you had a lot of, you spoke in a lot of conferences, meetup in your past. And I don't know from which way it was started, but might be Moscow Jazz. I'm not sure. And I think that we met together there. I mean, Moscow.
Yes.
Yes, Moscow Jazz. And how many speeches do you usually have per year? And this is maybe.
It depends. Actually, not too many, and usually I speak when someone asks me to speak. Last years, I tried sometimes to apply for different European conferences because I thought that I'm going to some country, maybe I can have a talk there. But in Europe, it's not so easy to apply. So they sometimes think a long time, and in the end they usually say that no.
And it's interesting about applying. What do you need? You just find conference and try to fill a form and suggest a theme, and after it they just say you yes or no, or how it works.
Yes, you're just trying to find maybe cities or countries which you want to visit, or I don't know, maybe you want to meet some cool speaker and you have found that he or she will be on this conference, and then you go there and you can apply to the same conference as speaker. So yeah, like this.
Okay. Could you remember from your past maybe some interesting conferences where you met, where you had a speech, and which themes you prefer to speak about on conferences? And
usually, because of my experience, it was 3D talks, like different things, easy things, what you can do with 3JS or Play Canvas. But now I'm thinking that after I change my job, I definitely want to create some topic about how to find a job during crisis, because it's not so easy, and especially when you want to change your position. So I didn't start to talk about front-end positions at all for now, but I think that I will, because I want to go to remote ASAP. So yeah, I think that actually I like to think about different soft skill problems at the companies and about processes in the companies, which I think could be better. I had one talk about deadlines. This is deadline, terrible word, deadline. It was mostly about different things, how to develop something in the team.
Okay, this is cool, but I have a lot of questions about speaking. I also know that you help a lot with organization meetups. I remember that it started from Moscow Jazz. Also, I don't remember how it's called, front-end conference in Moscow, which I also slightly helped to organize. And now you have own meetup at Luxembourg, which you organized. And can you share this experience, how you got these ideas and how you find places and how you found speakers and etc. Yes.
So it's absolutely different experience. Moscow Jazz was like this, that you just open registration to the meetup and then you have like 200 applications to come to the meetup. And here we have usually, I think I saw maximum like 50 people at the meetup. Usually we have around 30, and interesting that people change. So it's not the same people from year to year. I think it's because we have a lot of cross borders, so people don't live in Luxembourg quite often. They live like in France or Belgium or Germany, for example. I live at the place 5 minutes to France, 5 minutes to Belgium. Before I lived at the place, it was like 15 minutes to Germany.
In the car, yes.
By car, yeah.
By car.
Yeah. And so I think that people, they moving a lot maybe in Europe, and that's why they worked here. Then I know some guy changed Luxembourg to Berlin, and so people change jobs and countries a lot. And regarding organization, how we usually trying to find speakers. So during COVID it was even easier, I think, because during COVID I was able to ask any person from any place of the world to speak at our meetups, and we had, for example, Zarema from Russia as well. Yes, so we had plans to have different cool speakers, and we did. We had quite popular from Latin America guy, and so it was different speakers. And when we are here, you need to come to Luxembourg. And so, because we have just 30 people, and they usually not like so juniors, they're already middle plus, something like this, developers. And that's why talks also quite to find the interesting talk, sometimes it's a challenge maybe, but honestly now I think that we are going to start even with very, very easy talks, because quite often we had like long talks for 30 minutes or 40 minutes with, I don't know, demos, and it's not good understandable for each one sometimes.
Yeah, I remember on Moscow Jazz we had a limit 15 minutes, and if you are not fit for it, stop.
Yeah. It was like, oh.
Yeah. Yes, okay, I just remember sometime then you even could cut questions, but do you have questions after, for example, if person present speech and after it auditory ask everything, yes, what's need?
Yeah, we have questions, of course. Even sometimes people don't use, I don't know, Angular, and the talk was about Angular, but some people have questions like, how is it in Angular, for example? So, because yes, I said, my feeling is that we have just a few juniors, but they're juniors without any experience usually, because we have very good courses here. They're absolutely free for people. They teach people different, not deep, but different specialties. So they show people how it is front end, how is it back end, how is it marketing. So they have just couple lessons to try different, to understand what they want. And I think it's cool initiative. And after this, we have a guy who worked there. I also had one lesson actually there, 2 days lesson about WordPress. And so this guy, he said to these junior people in any area, like just beginners, about our meetup. So now we have also these people without any background. They came, and sometimes it's hard, I think, to them. This talks about, for example, Angular and Kubernetes, like, oh my god, what?
Yes, actually we work with Kubernetes.
Yeah, very well. So yeah. as well.
Oh, this is super cool. I will send you our position after this interview. Oh, wow. Okay. What's next? Might be. I don't remember exactly. Do you speak about? Did you speak about how you found speakers? I mean, for your meetup, is it easy or?
Uh, Online was easier because you can ask anyone, but offline it's quite hard. And for solving this issue, now we created Discord to be closer to each other, because quite popular here. The network is LinkedIn, working for work actually, right? But people usually can find there some specialists in different areas and like become friends even sometimes. In Twitter is not so popular actually, I think, in Luxembourg. I don't know why, but it's like this. People usually in LinkedIn. And to find speaker, we try to ask our colleagues from here, or some friends from another organizers, or we go and ask people from the event who came to the event. But it's really hard because people usually think that they have nothing to say because they don't have like some interesting tasks. It's not true. I think everyone has interesting tasks. You just need to think from another perspective on your tasks. So it takes time, and you need to know some person maybe to understand what he can tell you, or she.
Yeah, I actually believe everyone could speak about something, just need to think about what. And it might be to help to prepare as well. Do you help prepare for speakers? Sometimes, to look on the presentation and might be fix how speak will go and...
Yeah, I had experience when I helped to like fix some typos in presentation. Sometimes I gladly help with even, how to present something, because people usually stay so calm like this and like, oh, okay, here I have this and here I have this. So I glad to help to be more, I don't know, live.
Natural.
Yes, natural on the scene. But at the same time, I understand when I look at my speeches, sometimes, oh no, I again looked at the presentation at the screen. I should not do it. I need to look at the people's eyes. So, but still, I know these mistakes, typical mistakes of speaker, because I had a couple courses about orator, this
Yes,
thing. So we help, but not each person wants this help actually.
Yeah, I see. You just speak about natural behavioral, and I just remember the time at university when I had one of the first speak on history subject, and I have paper, and I stay before auditory and just read and do nothing. I forget everything around it, and yeah, just need to go through your fears, and one day. Yes.
Yeah, one time it was a situation when a guy who was sitting in the first row in the hall, he was sleeping.
Oh wow.
And
Amazing.
yes, and he did not like started sleep at the same time when I came. I think he was already like not in this condition. So, and it was sometimes it becomes frustrating, but you just don't need to focus on this. You need to find other eyes in the hall and to speak with other person, and don't stop and don't focus on such situations like.
Yeah, I understand. I think if you also visit the conference, you want to pick up something, to study something, and this is also important. Yeah. Okay. Could you answer on question how you organize online meetups, because I think I don't know how it need to create. Do you have a special space? You publish videos on YouTube, for example. Do you have your channel? Yeah. Or how it usually, how people gather together and they just, I mean, go to the meeting, or how it usually
Yeah,
looks like?
we tried different things. We tried just YouTube. We tried like making this records through OBS. We use Blue Button tool. It's like web service as well. We tried different things, and it was interesting experience. But I still think I'm not expert in video recordings as you. Yes, I think you did amazing things in your channel. It's super cool. But yes, just it's typical, the easiest way, just to go with YouTube. This.
Yeah, actually, about just YouTube, I can add that mostly I record myself on camera and have independent sound. But I just not so time ago I started streams, and it also for me was a quest what I and how I need to use it. Not super easy. And my first stream I even thought that I lost everything. Really, I couldn't start, and I hadn't. I mean, sound, and I didn't know what to do. It's also sometimes happens. Yeah, I don't know. Do you have any problems like that in your experience, or how?
Once during my lessons, because for again COVID and etc., I understood that I want to really have several small lessons with different parts, because sometimes during lesson you understand that there are some questions from people and you start speaking another topic, not what you wanted before, but it's okay. But then you understand that some things you need to give them, and I wanted to put it in different parts of videos, just like prepared before. And when I did it once, I did it without audio recording, so it was just mouse and screens and presentation. And after this, actually, I did not start it again. I didn't find the time to re-record it again, so it was not a good try.
Okay, could you speak about, for example, this is online meetings, but if you have, for example, offline, how you found space and where you make these conferences?
Yeah, we have some companies, as it was in Russia. I had already this experience that some cool companies, IT companies, they are glad to host such kind of meetups at their offices. But some companies, they don't know how to do it, and you need to help them. Like we need to have screen chairs. It's cool to have some pizza and beers afterwards. Yes, and we need some time to speak together after talks. So not like real after party at some places. We had this also. But it's cool just to speak, not going anywhere, but at the same place, because you just here. So first thing, it's IT companies. Then another thing, for example, next week we have a Luxembourg Jazz meetup, new one. And this place we just found it. The guy wrote to us, and he wants to like invest and to provide the place for us. So because we don't have a lot of places, we of course agreed. But when you do this, of course you need to say that we have sponsor of our event today. This guy, like he has this company, blah blah blah. I think it's a good deal.
Yeah, this is really cool. And now he helps you with organization and spaces.
Yeah, we talked what we need, what should be there. He negotiated with the place, venue this, and so we organized everything, and one of our organizers, because there are two main people in the organization, me and another guy, and he came and negotiated about the place. So he looked at the place.
Mm-hmm. How people know about new event? For example, you use special website like meetups.com or maybe something else.
Meetup.com was the most first thing, actually, how I found this meetup, because I didn't create the meetup. It was created 1 year before I came to Luxembourg. Mm-hmm. And when I came to Luxembourg, I understand I don't know anyone here. I need to go to the meetup. And I just tried to Luxembourg JS. Oh, wow, so cool. And I came to the event. I met organizers. In this year, it was 2017. So I met with them, and I immediately started guys, do you need some help? Blah, blah, blah. I'm from Moscow JS. So, and we became not close friends, but we had very good relationship with them. And then they just, before COVID, they said that they just pass all responsibility to new enthusiasts. And we became main organizers.
Yes, this is cool. I actually remember also when I just moved to London, I discovered meetups.com. I didn't open it before a lot of times, and yes, there are a lot of events there, and it was really cool. But I remember before COVID time, it was much more events, but now it's also a return. This is amazing. Well, okay, and you have a lot of different projects. You work at Avaloq, you have own school, Cute Geek company where you manage things, also help with organization, meetups, speeches, and how you find time for everything, how you be so fast manage everything of it.
I use calendar. Yeah, actually, I should be I should say the truth that sometimes with deadlines on my own projects, the first thing what I say that I cannot promise you hard deadlines in something. Sometimes I can if I know that client needs to do something, to finish something by this day. Okay, mm-hmm. we do it. But when there is no clear day when it should be finished, I say that okay, I have a lot of things to do, and sometimes projects, that's why they are not done in 1 month. Of course, if you work 40 hours on one project, you can do it very fast, but because there are a lot of projects, they go slowly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I see. But anyway, this is really cool, and I think that it could show you a really good manager.
I hope.
Yes, definitely. Well, let's speak about another interesting thing. You're a Google developer expert. How do you become a Google developer expert? Which advices can you give if, for example, I want the same, or people who watch us also want to? Oh my God! Oh yeah, I saw this. I even saw the video when you open it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is really cool.
Yeah. I like merches, and actually my t-shirt for now is also from event.
Let's talk about JavaScript.
Yes, it's from Chernivtsi JS, from conference in Ukraine. So yeah,
a lot of okay, can you share this experience?
So again, about GD, I didn't know a lot. Firstly, I just saw that some of my friends, like Nikita Dubko, that he became a GD, then Alena Batitskaya became a GD, first female GD in Russia. So I didn't know actually what is this program, and then I asked. And I said, oh, cool, maybe I also need to do something to have it. But then again, I didn't have time. And one guy who was a speaker at our meetups here in Luxembourg, Sam, he's from Belgium, and he wrote to me several times, like, I think you need to try to go to this program and to start become a GD. And I said, okay, I need, what do you want me to do? What should I do? And he said, you need to prepare all your talks, all your speeches. And before, actually, I thought about it someday, but I thought, like, it's like somehow not good thing when you put everywhere that I had these talks there, I had this article there, how I didn't feel comfortable to do this, like to put all my rewards or something. But he said, no, you need to do it. You need to put it in one place. All your interviews, everything what you did in IT area, all your lessons. And I said, okay. So it took for me about 6 months to put everything. Wow. Yeah, because again, it's several pages I have for all activities which I did from 2015 when I started to become a speaker. And yes, it was a lot of links. I need to put all links with viewers and presentation, everything. And I put all of this, and he said, okay, now you need just to apply to this program and put it there on the website. I said, okay. So I did it after 6 months after he asked me, and just in 2 weeks I became a GT, because they say that it's enough. And I had you always had 2 interviews. So the first thing that you need to go through this checking that you did enough already. If you didn't enough by your activities, then you need to start with program to become a GD, and they help you like to prepare like some talks, write articles, or do video blog or something, and they help you with that. And then you have again 2 interviews. One interview with a person from community. So it's about community and sharing your knowledge. And the last interview is with Google expert. So this guy from Google. He can ask you different things. It depends where you are GD, because it could be GD in Angular, GD in the web, or GD in machine learning, and etc. Different topics. So
and it looks like technical interview, or
it's technical interview, and at the same time it's interview just with not questions, sometimes directly about some things in DevTools, for example, but it's questions about industry, your thoughts about industry.
Okay, for example, could you share one question? Or
actually we had some questions about games as well. But I think I just do some things that talks after several minutes. The talk can go through games because I like games.
Yeah, I know that your journey started from games, isn't it?
Yeah. I dreamt to become a game developer.
Yes. Okay. Wow. Super interesting information. Could you share after this interview the link on this form? Yeah. Because this is interesting for me as well.
Yeah, you should apply.
Yeah, I think I want. Yes, I want to try. Okay. Which benefits you have as a Google developer expert? Do you have anything just interesting? Or,
yeah, sure. Yeah. We have chats. We have chats. We have Discord. Actually, before we had Slack, now we have Discord. And this Discord, it's even open to everyone. So they published it on their GD page that each one who wants to become a GD can be part of this big server. And there you can talk with Google developers, with guys who are interested in some special technologies, or different developers from different countries. So it's different chats, a lot of chats. Good Discord channel. And then we have calls, so we speak with other guys who are enthusiasts in development, and it's so cool because they have their own cool journey to become a GD, and it means that they share a lot with some people, some knowledges. And then also sometimes they cover travels. For example, next year it will be a GD summit for people who has already this, and they cover traveling to there. It will be in Berlin, and so it's cool as well. And and what else? So we also have different subscriptions. For example, if you want to become a speaker, you know about different conferences in you can apply there, and they will know that you're a GD, and I think it can help you to be a speaker.
Yeah, maybe it could be easier if you're a Google developer, because how you said before, it could be not so easy to apply on European conferences.
Yeah, I would definitely apply it a lot if I didn't have the more important task for now.
Yeah, wow, this is cool. Thank you for sharing this information. Okay, I think that I asked a lot of questions. So might be you want to share something, I mean, to speak about something, and you're thinking
regarding IT?
I don't know. For example, if I not cover something and you just want to say something more.
Okay, so I think that I would tell to your audience that it's no matter how big problems or issues they have in their journey, each person can handle anything. If they want. So you just need to spend maybe more time, talk with some other people who can explain something better, or help maybe to find this special, description for something. Because I remember from childhood that when teacher explains you something on the lesson, sometimes you don't understand because teacher said it in one word, and then you came and your mom knows you much better and explains in like 3 words, and you got it immediately. The same in learning things. If you don't understand something now from one manual, one documentation, go and check it in another place. Maybe some article from another guy will clear everything. And actually everything is not so hard if you go, spend some time and know deeply about it, more information.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that, and I believe that each brain could work different, and sometimes one articles or one videos for one person could be extremely good, and for other person it is not, and need more information, and you just pick up from different places and connect everything to have after it the normal picture, and you start to understand.
Yeah, it's like pieces in your mind. Sometimes I want to draw my minds, but I'm not so good in design. But it's like a mind map, There's this information, and then you continue together, and then you have this vision of something.
Yeah, and also not be shy to ask questions, and even if it's stupid, I don't know, you think that it's stupid, but it is not. If it's your question, this is important, and you need to ask. Your brain works like that, and be confident with everything.
Actually, yes. I think that each time when I got some question from my students, I think that, okay, I think I need to create new slide for this. For example,
Yeah.
I understand after like first several lessons, I understand that I understood that there is questions about how to delete or how Control C, Control V. Not everyone person should know that. And that's why I created like a slide, Control C, Control V, Control Z, etc. So from each question, from especially beginners or from other guys, you put something to your bank of knowledges, and that you need to explain it in more visual way, maybe more obvious way.
Yes. Wow, this is extremely inspired, I believe, and not be shy, be confident, and try to open this world. Well, and at the end of this interview, I have a small event. I wanted to ask you, for example, to ask subscribers to write and comment something, and if it will be I don't know, good, you, for example, could present might be some stickers or something from your school, or I don't know. I remember we discussed, and which journey you prepare for subscribers.
I would suggest that each subscriber put hashtag SkillUp with the answer to the question. So by hashtag I can find you and check that question: how IT, so all technologies with which we create from programmers from different programming languages, how IT helps the world, because there are a lot of different areas where we write our products, and I want to know from you what you think like the most important thing in our lives, how it helps the world. And it's in the end the person who will write something like very creative or very cool will get a book from me.
Oh, wow. Wow,
Yeah.
wow. Could you show what the book?
You know this book.
Oh,
So I will show the book. I want to give this book, but I think that there is book in English. This book.
yes, I know about algorithms. I
Yes.
have actually in two languages, but yes, for me it's slightly difficult to translate first word. Sorry, I need to find
Yes,
it.
yes, it's hard to translate it to English. So I think this recommendation actually was from you, and I really like this book. Why I love this book? Because it has a lot of pictures of algorithms inside.
Yeah.
So, and I am front-end developer. I'm quite visual person, and I like all these infographics. And you remember better when you see, I think, some pictures. And I read this book, I think, almost twice. And I think it's really cool for any kind of developer to understand these algorithms. And I think after reading this book, you even think each time when you write map or 4, you think like, should I do it like this? 4 and 4
Yeah.
or 2 4s?
Or need binary search.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, yes, this is amazing book about algorithms. I also like it, and I like that the language which authors speak, it's not super difficult. I don't know. It's quite close to human, and because of it, you understand.
Yeah, just a second.
Oh, yeah. I actually thinking about this book.
It's much easier than this language. I didn't finish this book.
Yeah, I know.
So yeah, I think this is quite good, especially in front end. I think it's maybe a very good start.
I have slightly more easy book from the same author, Thomas Corman, and this is introduction. Yeah, and this is easier than which you showed me. But yeah, I understand what you speak about. Okay, Vasilika, thank you so much for your time and that you answered on so many questions, share your experience, and just really a huge amount of thank you, massive thank you to you for time you spent on this interview. And I think on this note we now finish. And yeah, all links about your school, Twitters, Luxembourg meetup, and at YouTube, and etc. Everything of it I ask from you, your website as well, and put on description. And if you want to connect with Vasilika about job, she's looking for a job as well. But yeah, I asked it about Love Holidays. I send you, of course, all our position which we have, and you can find her. All information I put into description. And on this note, not forget to subscribe on this channel as well. And okay, thank you. See you in next videos, interviews with your Vasilika Klimova and Elena Litvinova. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye, thank you very much.